This is an interesting one. This is from Sam. He wants my take on what tricking is. Tricking's a word that's thrown around a lot. I mean, it really comes from the game of a guy who pays for sex is a trick. That's the term they would use. Or a John. Girls would say having sex with someone who paid for it is turning a trick. Spending money on a woman, there's nothing wrong with it if that's somebody you love and you care about. Tricking is when you paying money and you know that person don't give a about you. If you're using your money to obtain sex, that's tricking. Using your money to attain attention, that's tricking. That whole theory, it ain't tricking if you got it. No, tricking is
Semen retention will save you from being a trick from this one thing, and this one thing only. You will start to learn your value as a man. You will stop thinking with your little head and start thinking with your big head. So you will not prioritize women as much as you normally would. When you're fucking 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you won't prioritize women as much as you once did when you're fapping all day thinking about girls. You'll start to think about things that will take your life to the next level. You will start to think about your grind, what you want to make money from. You will start to really devote your time in your life towards the grind, as every man should. Every great man spent time on the grind. I need you to understand this. There's no light without dark. There's no way you can just make it up to be a millionaire within tomorrow and put time in the grind, no matter what you do, in order to get what you want out of this life. This is what you have to realize as a man, because everywhere I go, everyone, all people I know, all they do is chase box. I'm telling you, from older men who are in their mid 30s, mid 40s, late 40s, late 30s, shit like that, kids my age, that's all we talk about is boxing, getting bitches. Why? How about getting this money? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I realized there's a short few of people who realize this. When your mind is prioritized to chase women and to get as much women as you want, you're a straight trick, bro. That's all you give a fuck about is box. How about this money? How about your life? Like, don't you want to live in like a mansion? Don't you want to have millions of dollars, like whatever it is? You know what I'm saying? As materialistic as it seems, when you are broke, like, you know what I mean? Me, my family, shit like that, I got to get them out of this. You know what I'm saying? There's only one person that can do it, and that's me. So that's the only person that can do it is you. But when your mind is focused on a bunch of bullshit, especially women, because the way a woman will play you out, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't got no game, bro. You're going to take her on certain dates, spend a lot of time, a lot of money. What they say about time? Time is money. And you're going to spend all of that on this girl who don't even fucking like you, who you're not even getting boxed from. That's where your game has been switched up, and it's been completely wrong. Women were always meant to chase men. That's just what it was. That's how it was from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? A man would have 4 wives because the value of men was much higher than a woman. Nowadays, the women have way more men within her phone and everything like that. The game has only been flipped. You just got to flip it back to how it's supposed to be. Back in the day, no one gave a fuck about how many wives a man had. The only time they would give a fuck about, or the only thing they would argue about, was about how much babies he gave that one woman. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? So how semen retention will save you from being a straight trick is you're now focused on something way more better and way more harder and way more beneficial for your life. You know what I'm saying? You will understand the benefits from semen retention, but you will use all those benefits to your goals. That's the only thing I'm doing right now. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. You know what I mean? And that's where you start to realize that's what a real man is he's really focused on what he has going on. Because as a man, you have to build your value nowadays. You really have to build your value now. Where back in the day, if you were a man, you were getting a wife no matter what. The game has only been harder for men who are lames, who do not care to work on themselves. The guys who are playing video games all day, the guys who are not really focused on their life, that's where the game has become way harder for them. But for the guys who are going to work on themselves, works on his looks, hit the gym, take care of his well-being, you know what I mean? A strong mind is a strong body. A strong body is a strong soul. You see what I'm saying? Those guys aren't going to lose. This is where I've realized in my own life as a brokey, because they say, oh, you need millions of dollars. You need to have status and fame to get women. I'm going to get your bitch regardless. I don't give a fuck about none of that nut shit they talk about in that red pill shit. You know what I mean? And I respect the red pill community a lot because it does give you some game. But it's always about putting the woman first of what she needs. Bitch, you need to qualify for me. You dig what I'm saying? That's where the game and the ism comes in. And you will start to develop this when you're holding onto your seed and you start to find the value from within yourself. You start to realize you hit the gym all day, every day. I'm here at this fucking desk for hours putting in this work. So I'm building my value regardless. I know it. I am great. I've been one of the greats. I've just been waiting for everyone to catch up. It's just a matter of time. You have to realize chasing box isn't going to get you nowhere. It's not going to get you no money. It's the main principle of time is money, and I'm spending hours a day going on dates with this girl, spending a mad time with your girlfriend like I used to do, watching movies and all this nuts. I ain't got no time for that right now. I'm broke. I'm a slave. I'm in the position of being a slave. So I need to change this position. But you can only change that position once you realize you're in that position. So you might say you're not a broke slave or whatever the fuck. But I'm nowhere near where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're going to cope out and say, well, yeah, I got a couple bands on me. Yeah, I do too. I'm still a slave. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Like, it's not enough. I'm sorry. And really realizing that, you know what I'm saying, your worth comes from who you are as a man and how you build yourself. That man who's continuously building himself with the knowledge, the game, and the power, you know what I'm saying, hitting the gym, reading books, learning about money, learning about how to win in his life, learning about his diet, learning all about that, that is when his value starts to go up. You know what I'm saying? Not every woman could be with him. You see what I'm saying? That's retention. That's a part of the game too. The part of the game, and I'm gonna give you a real big slice of the game right here. Almost about, if we got a pie that's 100%, I'm giving you about 50%. How the pimps and max move, not everyone can have them. Not everyone can have them. In the way of, you cannot have sex with me as much as everyone else wants to have sex. He has complete blick control, meaning he can control his dick. He's not gonna let his sexual desires overcome him. This is what makes him different to a woman. She got all of these guys on her phone, and they could be better looking than you, way more money than you, all of that, but she knows deep down inside they only want one thing out of her. They'll take her on all of these dates, talk about all of this simpy shit, make her fall in love just to get some box. She knows this. This is why she holds power over men. This is why feminism is taking over. But once you know this game and this ism, you're going to realize feminism is your best friend. You're going to dab it up like, word, I hear you. Because once you can make a woman commit and submit to your game, you will realize, like, I understand all of this game. You realize that there's another level to this world within this woman shit. And all you need to do is have self-control, meaning you have to control your dick. You have to go on retention. You'll understand everything once you're on retention, your benefits, everything about grinding and winning and whatever you do. If you're playing basketball, you're going to be way more focused on basketball. Just like when I was boxing, I was locked the fuck in back 2 years ago when I was training boxing for real. Like, I didn't want to be a boxer. All I wanted to do was fight. Like, all I wanted to do was train because I love to train. I hit the gym regardless. So I love this shit. I love challenges. Your inner confidence, your testosterone goes up. Your manhood comes in with all of this shit of retaining your seed. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm not lying to you. And you know what I'm saying? That means the value of woman will go down because your time, your precious time, your 24 hours in a day goes to you. It goes to what you're doing in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, even family, women that try to meet up with me and all that, if I ain't hit the gym, you gotta hold on. You have to hold on. Because that's the standard that I live to. Like, I'm not breaking that for no one. Bro, I don't give a fuck if it was, who's the baddest bitch in the world to you guys? Nicki Minaj or some shit. I don't give a fuck if it was Nicki Minaj pulling up on me. If I ain't hit the gym, you gotta hold on. I don't care. You start to realize your value as a man, that your value comes from what you do and how you build yourself. This is why guys who are fat, super skinny, are always insecure themselves. They don't have some inner confidence within themselves. And that's every piece that a man's missing. I've made that video. Go watch that video. That's the last piece that all men are missing, is the realize of confidence and the value that you will actually have, that you actually are a great man. But how do you become a great man is by, one, believing you're a great man and knowing that you're a great man, but also working towards what you got going on. Because if your whole goal, your whole mission is to get pussy, to get some box, to get some ass, you're a straight trick. That means you will go to the end of the world, meaning you will fucking pay for box. That's buster shit. That's lame. Bro, that's probably, yo, I know dudes too. Trust me, you might think this is rare. I know dudes. This is what opened my eyes to this whole life shit that I know dudes who actually paid for box before. And they're around my age. And I'm sorry if that is you. I have nothing else to do but laugh at you because that's lame. They give it for free. It's free out here. Feminism is your best friend once you know how to master the game. That's all it is. Everyone wants something of great value. Everyone wants to achieve that. Everyone wants to have the great value. You have to build that value from within yourself. And how the pimp does, basically how a pimp gets all of these women on him, is that he does not have sex with all of them. He does not have sex. They say sex is a celebration. Bitch, you have done something great, so you deserve it. That's some shit for the Patreon, though. But I gave you the piece right there. You cannot have sex with every single woman you meet. You have to see that she is a good person for the team, for the whatever you're building. Whatever, if you're, you know what I'm saying? For me, if I'm making all these videos and I need food done, that's her job. You see what I'm saying? Like, I need the house clean, whatever the fuck, that's where she goes. And sex is like a celebration. You have to have control of your dick. Like, you have to real life have control about that. Because once you are lustful, it's a whole nother version of you. It's another animal. That's how men are caught fucking these big bitches. You like, yo, you hit that? And they're like, yeah, I hit that. But you looking at that bitch like, yo, what? Like, why you do that for? Like, it's because he's lustful. He hasn't controlled it. And once you realize your value really comes from that, because that's the hardest thing as a man to control, especially around my age, going through puberty. When your shit is hard all day, every day, and controlling that and using that energy to the next level, that is when you become of value. That not everyone can have your time because you're so focused on your goals, so that woman knows that when you're, you know what I'm saying, you spend some time with her, that time is valuable and that she can't waste it, because more times than not, your time is going towards your goals. It's going towards the gym. It's going towards self-development. This whole world is basically a game of self-development, and who can win in it, who can develop even more, who can take their life to the next level. You know what I'm saying? That's why people who have a lot of money are considered of high value. That's why people with fame are considered of high value, but they're just human like me and you. She wipes her ass. Nicki Minaj wipes her ass the same way I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not seeing her as anything else. I don't see anyone of, you know what I'm saying, of difference from me, because they're all human. They bleed like how I bleed. You see what I'm saying? They, you know what I'm saying? They wipe their ass the same way I do. So it's a human. It's just that human develops something that other humans don't have. And you know what I mean? That's just the real cake of it is, you know what I'm saying? A pimp, a Mac is able to get a lot of women and control a lot of women and get a lot of things out of these girls, because that's how it's supposed to be anyways. If you're a king, you should demand way more than just box. Because this is how guys end up with these baby mamas, these wild bitches who are not of good value. Because his lustful temptations. He will go hit this bitch raw, get a baby with have a baby with a shorty from the trenches, bro. A lot of these women from the trenches do not know how to cook. They don't know how to cater to a man, none of that. So you're going to be treated like a little bitch because she does not respect you. So the way of the game and the ism is to really realize that you need to demand way more out of a woman than just box. Because if she's just giving you box, she is useless. That's all I'm telling you, bro. And for women, they know this inherently, that if she don't know how to cook, if she don't know how to clean, how can you cater to your man if you do not know how to cook? Like, what the fuck? That's lame. Like, for me, I've been cooking my whole life, so if I could chef it up better than you, which I probably can, it's a problem for me, because I need that shit on the stove ready whenever I come home. That's the standard that you develop. If there's a standard that you have that this house needs to be clean, that shit better be clean. You see what I'm saying? And you can't break out of that standard because she's a pretty girl, because her ass is fat, because her titties are big. Once you're able to have complete blick control, you have control of everything in your life. I made that video too. Watch that video after this one. Once you have complete blick control over your whole life, or blick control over yourself and holding your seed and just realizing that you can conquer your lustful thoughts, that one makes you a complete man, but the world is actually yours. Like, you can get whatever you want out of this world because you're not focused on the number one thing that most men are distracted by. Porn, sex, you know what I'm saying? Busting nuts, shit like that, tricking off, getting money from women, or women giving them, or women taking money away from them and shit. You're not focused on that. You're focused on your higher purpose, because this girl right here is never going to make as much money and bring it to your pockets that you would make for your own self. If you're trying to become a social media person or make money, focus on that, because that's really big. That's beneficial. That's going to take care of your house in the future. That's going to take care of whatever you want. If you want that vet, like how I'm pulling through with that vet, you're going to have to focus up. It's the last straw. This is the last pill I had to swallow. I need you to understand. It's hard. It is. But on my channel, we actually focus our mind to say, fuck all that. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? But in all reality, it's type hard to focus and control your lust. It is. But it is what it is. You got to tighten the fuck up out here. Life is hard. Tighten up. If you want anything for to be a millionaire, you got to tighten the fuck up. Like, that's the only thing I can tell you. My mom told me this since I was a young boy. And that's what made me more confident in my powers of who I am. It's just, I know I can go through things that not a lot of people can. A lot of people cry about easy shit in life. Imagine they had to step a day in my shoes. They couldn't fill those shoes up. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't step in the way I stepped my life. So I know I'm taking my shit to the next level. So this is how semen retention will save you from being a straight trick. You won't be focusing on this nut shit. You will see a woman for who she is, and you will see that if she is valuable for your team or valuable for you. You see what I'm saying? If you want one girl, you want two girls. You can have as many girls as you want. That's a lie that nobody realizes. You can have as many women as you want. That's why I say team. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have the starting five and then the bench of reserves. You dig what I'm saying? But you gonna really learn that game from my Patreon that is coming out. So you got to stay tuned for that motherfucker. Real shit. That's in a day or two. You know what I'm saying? But I just been on the road making these videos to really give y'all some knowledge, some shit that don't nobody know about. Everybody I see just be on some nut shit, some square ass trick shit, putting women before everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done seen a dude who's so big, he called his girl come over, tell him to like come home. He running home and shit. Like, y'all boys crazy to me. Y'all different from me, but shit, semen retention is one of the main core principles that will save you from being a trick. I need you to understand this. Semen retention or blick control or dick control all stems to the pimp game too. It stems to the Mac game. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit of having as many women as you want all stems from that and controlling yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't control yourself, how are you going to control others? You cannot be a leader if you cannot control yourself. You see what I'm saying? So I love y'all, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, bro. I'm going to leave my last video right here for you guys so that if you missed out on that, go watch this video. And you know what I'm saying? I gave you a big piece of the slice of the cake in this video. Like, I'm telling you, that's a big majority of the ism is being able to control yourself as a man. You see what I'm saying? Like, control your dick, control your lustful thoughts. That is the biggest piece. Not that everyone can't be seen with you, can't be valued with you. You can't fuck on every girl that you want because you're going to be of lower value. You see what I'm saying? So, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that every time I post, you get notified, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I'm only going to teach you some shit that's going to help you win in your life. So hit that subscribe button. And I got that Patreon coming out, like I said, but you got to wait on that because it's in a day or two. You know what I'm saying? It's still in the works. If you guys want a one-on-one consultation with me, I'm going to leave it in the description below. So stay yourself, stay 300, and whatever you do in life, trust me, I believe in you, bro.